What does captive bred mean, and why does it matter for blue tongue skinks? Hey everyone, I'm Yes, and this is Eddie, and we're here to talk to you today about what it means when a skink is captive bred and why that's something that you, as someone looking for a pet blue tongue skink, should be on the lookout for. Any reptile that is captive bred and born can be referred to as CBB. Sometimes you will see reptiles or other animals for sale marked as CB. Now, sometimes it's someone who means captive bred and born and isn't aware of the acronym conventions, but usually CB only means captive born. This is an important distinction because that means that a gravid or pregnant skink was removed from the wild and had babies in captivity, usually after being imported. The other common acronyms you need to know when looking for captive bred skinks are WC and LTC. WC stands for wild caught and LTC stands for long-term captive. A wild-caught animal is one that was taken from the wild. Long-term captives are wild-caught animals that have been in captivity for a long time and are considered established, which really just means that they are healthy and likely to survive. Sometimes skinks will be farm-bred and imported, which is also something that is not usually disclosed up front, but most sellers will tell you if you ask. So why does it matter that a skink be captive bred? Well, wild-caught animals tend to come in with heavy parasite loads and have often contracted respiratory infections from the stress, cold, and dryness of the shipping process. They could have any number of health issues and generally require veterinary intervention to recover. On top of that, they are wild animals, so they are terrified of people, which generally makes them bad pets. Skinks bred in captivity come from parents who have acclimated to people to some degree, and over successive generations, they tend to become more tame and make better pets because they're less afraid. Now, there are a lot of subspecies of blue tongue skinks, and you need to be more careful about this with some subspecies than with others. All Australian subspecies of blue tongue skink available for sale in North America will be captive bred. This is simply because Australia hasn't allowed exporting or importing of reptiles since 1982. So any that are here now are descendants of those that were in captivity already before the ban was put in place. This would include northerns, easterns, westerns, shinglebacks, centralians, and pygmy blue tongue skinks. Oh, where are we going? Oh my goodness! Indonesian blue tongue skinks tend to be wild caught or farm bred, with the exception of Morocks, which are the most commonly captive bred Indonesian subspecies, and a handful of people working with Irian Jayas, Tanimbars, Key Islands, and the classic Indonesian localities. It's very common for Indonesian blue tongue skinks to be mislabeled as northern blue tongue skinks in the pet stores. So make sure you know what the subspecies of blue tongue skink that you are wanting looks like before going out and bringing one home. As of right now, there is no one outside of Indonesia breeding Halmahera blue tongue skinks. Indonesian blue tongue skinks subspecies are Merak, Irian Jaya, Key Island, Tanimbar, Halmahera, and Ambon, Ceram, and Aru, which are all localities of the classic Indonesian. There's still a lot missing from the blue tongue taxonomy, so it's very likely that in a few years we will have more classifications and more information about the differences between them all. Eddie here is a Halmahera blue tongue skink. He's my friendliest buddy. He was captive born. So I've had him since he was a juvenile, but his mother was not bred, as you can tell, because he's a Halmahera. He's very red. He has a friend who's a little more brown. This is my friendliest skink. I know that was a ton of information, but because I'm not super experienced with identifying all of these different skinks, I recommend that you check out other videos and resources to help you feel confident identifying the subspecies you're looking for. I mentioned earlier that pet stores often mislabel Indonesian blue tongue skinks as northerns. Beyond being able to identify the subspecies, it always helps to ask for proof of captive breeding. Blue tongue skink breeders should have pictures of parents and usually, almost always, pictures of the breeding process. You're looking for pictures of locks. If someone is telling you that they bred a skink that looks like a Halmahera, but they are calling it a northern, that person is lying to you to try to make a sale. And if someone is lying to you to try to make a sale, when that sale is a live animal, run far, far away because that person is fucked up. When in doubt, always ask more questions. If something doesn't feel right, check their reviews and trust your gut. There's lots of skinks out there, and there's even more people doing shady shit. Thank you for coming to learn about reptiles with me. Shout out to my patron, Billy. My Patreon is linked below if you want to check it out. Take care, everyone, and don't forget to make room for reptiles. Okay, hi, buddy. I know that was a ton of information. Oh, shit. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, no, no. Hang on a second. Eddie needs to go because he's just noticed Pepper. No, 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 no. Hang on a second. Oh, mistakes were made. Mistakes were made. My male skinks just saw each other. Oh my god. Pepper, you son of a bitch. You start fights?